This is video 2 of the virtual induction. This section will cover details of our health and safety policies. Please ensure that you are dressed appropriately. We operate a no shorts policy and sleeve tops must be worn underneath your high-vis vest. Mobile phones can be used in designated areas and there is 24/7 CCTV on site. If the fire alarm sounds, you must evacuate to the fire assembly point. The emergency escape routes are signposted on site. As site works progress, these may change. It is very important that you regularly familiarise yourself with these routes. Do not re-enter until you are advised by the fire warden. Ensuring the works are carried out in a safe manner is critical for all. You can help ensure that this is the case by being aware of Paverway's health and safety policy, having your own risk assessments and method statements and safety policies, and wearing the correct PPE. Advise the site management team if you have any medical conditions that they need to know about. This could include epilepsy or allergic reactions. This is to ensure that we can act fast if anything happens. Please report any near misses to the site manager. These are rarely a one-off and could lead to accidents. First aid kits will be located in the site office, the William Salt Library and the existing records office. Please make sure that you report any incident, no matter how minor you believe it is. You will then need to fill out the accident book. Make sure you are aware of the works that you are to carry out and the associated risk assessments and method statements that go with them. You should have your own copy of these and be aware of their contents. If you need to discuss any element of them on site, please ask the site manager, who will be aware of your RAMs before you come to site. If we have not seen your RAMs prior to coming to site, please make your site manager aware of this and they will go through them with you. Make sure you are trained and competent for the works that are to be carried out. We will need to see your qualifications relevant to the works and these should accompany your RAMs prior to your start on site. But if these have not been forwarded, please bring them on your first day and show them to your site manager. Any COSH materials such as LPG or fuel need to be detailed within your RAMs. Storage and usage instructions need to be included. Please ensure that the minimum quantities are on site at any one time. The correct PPE is important. As a minimum, this will be a hard hat, a high-vis vest and steel toe cap shoes. Other PPE such as gloves, goggles and masks need to be worn as indicated within your RAMs and COSH documentation. If your work creates dust and fumes, please ensure that this is minimized in the first instance. When using on-tool vacuums and water suppression, ensure areas are well ventilated and carry out as much of this work outside if possible. When using equipment, please check allowed exposure levels of hand arm vibration. If you are unsure of maximum exposure levels, please ask. Please ensure that the minimum manual handling is carried out and that mechanical means are used where possible. We have a forklift on site which is available to assist if needed. If you need to use a laser level, please ensure that it is placed appropriately and not at eye level. Working at height covers a variety of different areas. If on a scaffold, these will be inspected weekly by competent Paverway staff. If on a tower, these need to be erected correctly with all guardrails in place and dismantled by a ticketed person and only used by competent staff. Step ladders can only be used with a permit and only as a last resort. If creating a high level of noise, please ensure that appropriate ear protection is worn. Ensure that those working nearby also have the appropriate protection and if required, ask the site managers to set up a hearing protection zone. We have noise meters, so if you need any help, please ask. If you believe that any contamination has occurred, please inform the site management team, who will ensure that the correct action is taken and the relevant authorities are notified as appropriate. Power tools must be 110 volts or battery powered. Always ensure that you are working in a safe manner. We issue a number of safe working permits, which include a permit to dig, a step ladder permit and a hot work permit. If you require any of these, please advise the site manager in good time. If you have any plant or access equipment on site, please ensure that you have provided us with the correct documentation and that copies of all regular checks are forwarded to us for our records. Please make sure that you have the correct operators' accreditations and these have also been forwarded to us before you attend on site. There is asbestos within the existing building and we have access to the asbestos register. If you are working within the existing building, please make sure that you have viewed the register and are therefore aware of any asbestos location. Thank you for listening to this section. Please return to the original page to view the third and final part of our induction.